It's very easy to understand. It's very challenging to realize. Realize means experience. Realize means that I experience. I experience you are here and I'm here. You see me, I see you. So, mind is, our mind is so much habitual and impulsive. It is so much heavily conditioned by the perceptions of the senses. Where is the real self? Oh, here, I see you, you see me, but I cannot see the real self. So the mind, tendency of the mind to go outside and see, do not change easily. That is why you are saying it's very difficult to realize. Realize means to experience. The way I know you at the physical level with the name and form, and the way you see me. So what
But
happened? What happened?
your real self and not belongs to you and not depend of you.
No.
It's have no connection with you yet.
So
It's
you
just
see, now you raised another question. That is why the Eastern wisdom educates us step by step. That how do you feel that you are connected to the real self? What is this you? Who is this I? Is this I is deluded I, or it's a real I? You see, lot of question arises, and ultimately we find the real self. Even you see, in meditation, what we see, close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. So eyes are physical, and
yeah.
we say close your eyes. And then we say, okay, look at place, position, and posture of the body. So the mind says, oh, I enjoy. Oh, you are talking of the body, I enjoy. From there, you will get. So, inner mind, impulsive mind is constantly working. We want to raise its awareness, but the mind gets hooked to the body. It does not want to see what is behind that name in the form. In science, you are an engineer, you can easily pick up maybe 100 or 150 years ago when the Newton was there. In those days, the science says, oh, we see all the matter. No, no, no. Matter consists of small particles known as atom and molecules. So, over 80% of the science is based on this atomic uh, era. That is what is we say the Newtonian era. Oh, I can observe the atom. But what happened? Their principles are shattered when we say atom consists of particles, small particles. So it means my experience of the wall as a matter went deeper to the atom. From the atom, it went deeper to the particles. From the particles, it went deeper to the energy level. And now we talk of quantum physics.
Yes, but from other side, when you say in mantra Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, it's about the happiness for
Yes.
everybody. But
So,
its happiness not belongs to you yet.
yes. As long as you say happiness belongs to you, you are separating yourself by the body of name in the form. Clear? The
Yeah.
moment you say happiness does not belong to you with reference to the body, you are right. Then what is the next statement where Eastern wisdom says? You are happiness. Yes, you are right. Happiness does not belong to you as a name in the form, but you are happiness. And you are happiness, that is your real life. You are peace, you are happiness, you are love, you are wisdom. That is what our master says, Sat Chit Anand. Absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. Now you see compare it with the modern science. Matter, oh, it's a matter, earth, non living beings. We started with that understanding. It's a non living entity, it is not alive, it cannot take its action unless I move the mouse from one place to the other. The law. We have a different laws. Huh? So now you see from the matter to the atom to the electron and other particles to the energy. Where is common factor? The energy is present everywhere, in everything, at all the time, in all the location. Now we have switched on. We change our perception. Same way, Eastern wisdom says you have to change your perception. Change your perception. Happiness does not belong to you. It is ever present. And that ever present is with the consciousness. Because if I say I am happiness, I am conscious of it. So I am happiness is consciousness. So it means, yes, happiness does not belong to me as long as I see myself as body and the mind, as long as I see myself as breath, as long as I see myself with the past habits, ego, identity. The moment I drop that this is not me, like the wall says, oh, this is solid. No, I'm not the solid. I'm not the solid. I am energy, bubbling energy all the time. So science has taken a lot of steps. Only one mistake the science has done, such a intelligent operation, even of the matter, starting from atom to electronic configuration of any element, then going down deeper to the presence of particles, electron, proton, and neutron, and later on scientists found not only three particles, but there are hundreds of particles, photons, and then they came down. Oh, these particles also behave as a wave. So science is progressing. From one delusion, it removes one delusion to the second delusion to the third delusion. That is good. But they don't want to admit such an intelligent organization, such an intelligent operation of the matter has to be carried out by some intelligence. And if there is an intelligence, it has to be consciousness. So we don't say that energy is consciousness. What is this energy? It is Prakriti. What is Prakriti? It is a manifestation of the Purusha. What is Purusha? Purusha is Shiva, it is Satchidanand. It is Satchidanand. I sit, I join this session and I don't say anything. I remain seated, still. So there is no manifestation of Prakriti. The moment I start speaking, the same Purusha is manifesting through the Prakriti, and that is what you are listening to. Knowledge is already there inside, but it does not manifest. It has to manifest through the Prakriti. I'm talking of little higher principles. Come back to the
But
basics. What is basic? I say close your eyes, just check your body. Why I say body, check your body? Because we want to point out Shiva is also present in that manifestation. It is present in the breath. It is present in the name in the form. It is present in the mantra. It is present, and still it is independent. As you intellectually understand that it has no location. All the location belongs to you. So our mind does not want to agree. And that disagreement is caused by its conditioning, social conditioning, cultural conditioning, religious conditioning, our belief, our past impression. Because the past impression comes and it raises doubt. It does not solve the doubt, it raises the doubt and then we forget it. So, our masters of the Eastern wisdom says, you raise the doubt, make the doubt right, and inquiry over the doubt, dissolve the doubt, and see what happens. There is only one real self, all pervading. Who is that? I am. As you said, oh, it does not belong to me. No, everything belongs to me. Now I am everything. Where there is a manifestation, I am becoming. I am becoming. That becoming is Prakriti. Behind that, who is the operator? Whose presence it happens? It happens in the presence of that Purusha, which is pure consciousness, explained in different schools of darshan in Eastern wisdom. It is known as Brahman, it is known as Satchidanand, it is also known as Shiva, it is known as Krishna. So when we talk of it, we say Krishna. No, Krishna is that consciousness which is present everywhere. But to reach to that, oh yes, we start with the Krishna with an image, Shiva with an image. Why? Because the mind is heavily conditioned with the name and the form. The mind has to be, that is what the last time we practiced, I just wanted to bring that understanding to your head. You see, we say being comfortable, and then I say, what? Two things: change the direction of the mind, and the second thing that I said, that is why we are discussing, to make it clear, so that your mind is inspired to continue the practice. So the first thing in being comfortable, I say change of direction. One, whose direction has to be changed? Mine. Second, we say you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Is sensation independent of the body or dependent on the body? Ask yourself. It is independent. Steadiness, it is independent. It is independent. Whether the body is there or not, consciousness is there. So sensation is the result of association, consciousness in association with the body. It does not mean the consciousness is gone. It is still there. Second point is very important. It's a symbolic expression. When we say, let us change the direction. So what we say, change the direction, I am totally obsessed with the objective world outside, objective world. And I get associated with an objective world. What is my home? objective. No, this is my home. My home means, there is some I is already present. And that I is delusion. There is no such I. If the real I is present, then the home will go with you wherever you go. Car will follow you. My home, my bank account, my money, my honey. Honey leaves and finds someone else. So, very deep masses, cryptic masses is there. Every teacher says, okay, close your eyes. Why we close our eyes? We want to say that perception by the senses is not only the one perception. There is a perception by the mind also. Does my eyes say that you are man or woman? No. My perception of the mind says you are man. Look at it. So change of direction helps me to see at the subtle level of mind. That is why we say it is a subtle body. I'm just discussing what we practiced last time, so that you become clear. So we say the change of direction. It means change of direction. I'm going deeper. Yes. Deeper means I'm going subtler. Yes. So I'm still sitting there. I'm looking at you through my senses. Senses only recognize the name and the form. It is the mind that gives the interpretation, and then it says you are man or woman. It means I have two layers of perception.
Yes, of course.
Then go deeper.
Perception and interpretation.
And then we want to see what kind of interpretation it is. What interpretation you gave, man, women. Now you see. One is man, other is women. Both are the thoughts. Both has an objective reality. That is also clear. Why you differentiate men and women when they both are made up of the same matter? Another subtle perception. Who does it? Intellect.
Mind.
Now you see, who does it? Intellect. Now because the moment intellect start discerning, how come you are separate? No, you are not separate. How come you are separate? I have a simple external perception. You are man, you are woman. Mental perception, two perceptions. Third level of perception is the intellect. Intellect says, no, you both are same. You both are one. Both are made up of the same matter. Matter is the same. Matter is the same. Entire Eastern wisdom is based on direct experience. Oh, you say direct experience? So why you say close your eyes in meditation? To drop a very gross level of perception to move deeper. Your eyes, we say eyes are so beautiful. Eyes cannot see you. Ears cannot hear you. They are limited. I cannot see very near of objects, very far off objects. My real self is the nearest, so we close our eyes. We say, no, you cannot help me to find the real self. With that awareness you practice meditation, then what happens with that knowledge, with that understanding? Mind is picking up some image of the world, you say, no, this is not required. then your mind is not wandering because you have an understanding. You have a clarity. That is why I insist on doing the practice of meditation with knowledge and understanding. And then we move into the being comfortable, I've already discussed. Then the third step, we say being carefree. Carefree, how come I am carefree? I am just doing a morning walk or evening walk. I see the house, okay, this is the house, this is the road, this is pedestrian, walking with the dog, everything. I feel a sense of independence doing a morning and evening. How do I feel a sense of independence? When I'm not attached.
Yeah.
When I'm not. So being carefree, I have added an element of, there are two things, remember, observer and observed. You always have a direct experience of the house, of the pedestrian, walking path, of the people. I have a direct experience. And then Master says they are different, they are separate from you. What you see is not you. Knower in the known, observer and observed, seer in the seen. Why everyone talks about, in Eastern wisdom, everyone talks about witness consciousness. We use the word sakshi. One meaning of mindfulness is witness consciousness. Meaning. So it means mindfulness, if you don't follow this observer and observed, you are not practicing mindfulness. You may add many practices. It does not make any difference to you. Knowledge is required. What is knowledge is required? That whosoever perceives, the perceiver is not perceived. Observer is not observed. Seer is not seen. That is the fundamental principle. But here comes the problem. There are two seers who become seen also. So we say you have to go beyond the intellect to have a witness consciousness where the seer is ultimate. Seer means, ultimate means, seer does not become the seen. Do you remember we discussed in detail? There are two seers who become the seen at one point of time and they become the seer. I see you. How? By my eyes. So my eyes are seers. You are the seen. And these eyes becomes the seen. How come? Who knows that you have eyes? Mind. So for the mind, eyes are objects. All the senses are objects, are observed. Mind is observing all the five sense organs. That's why you have an experience of touch, of sight, of sound, of smell. So senses, organs act as a seer and also acts as a seen. That leads to confusion. Where is the confusion? I see you. So the senses are the seer. It means I am the sense organ. That is why I say I see you. But I'm not the sense organ. I'm not the sense organ. That is the first group of seers are all sense organs. They become the seer at one point of time and they are also the seen. So the mind perceives is sense organ. It means what is perceived is not me. What is perceived? Now there are two group of objects are perceived. First group of objects are outside. Sound, name in the form, smell of an object. That is first group. Second group is my sense organs. And the mind is so much heavily conditioned by the senses that it does not want to believe that I am not the sense organs. It is perceived. It is seen. I am not the seen. I am the seer. Why am the seer? All the seen are unconscious. They are matter. They are inert. Does the sense organ tells you, or does the sense organ tells you that I am sitting in front of you? It is in
No, mind.
It is the mind. Mind, again, it is the reflected consciousness. Second seer and the seen is the mind. That brings lot of confusion. I'm upset. Who says mind? I'm happy. Who says the mind?
Yes, as we're able to recognize activity of the mind, it means that we are over the mind.
We are behind the mind. It means the mind also acts as a seer. Mind also acts as a seen. So it is also a perceived. And because it is perceived, it is inert, it is matter. So the mind is matter. Mind is a matter. It is reflected. It is a very subtle matter in which the consciousness is reflected so that it acts as a seer or an observer. And the mind, reflection of the mind falls on the sense organs. So sense organs also acts as a perceiver or as an observer. It is only because of what is behind the mind. What is behind the mind is a real observer, is a real perceiver, is the real perceiver. So now question comes, is that perceiver or observer present all the time? Yes.
Yes.
It is present all the time. Is it present in all the locations? Yes. It is present in all the locations. Is it present in all the relations? Answer is yes. So now we have to ask the question, who am I? Am I the body with the senses? Am I the mind with all the thoughts and craziness? Or am I who is present in all the relations, in all the locations, at all the time? So I am an all-pervading consciousness. That is what Satchidananda is. That is what the real self is. But now ask yourself, who is preventing me not to recognize? From there we have to start the journey. Whosoever is preventing me, I have to get rid of that. My false notion, my impurities, my reactive mind, my deluded mind, my impulsive nature. Impulsive nature simply means that I have claimed an object is me or mine. So Sankhya Yoga says Prakriti is a manifestation in one way, manifestation of the Purusha. The Purusha alone exists, Satchitanand. Only the Brahman, the pure consciousness alone exists, the rest are manifestation. Another quality that our masters have explored, we need to sit down, contemplate and reflect, and you will be in meditation. Another, they have discussed in detail and they made us to understand what is observed, perceived, seen is matter, is inert, is dead. Body is perceived, but my body is moving, my lips, and I'm talking, larynx, it is moving. I feel it alive. That is the problem. Because of heavy conditioning and ignorance, I feel my body is alive. So I am the body.
So everything what is
Perceived and seen.
Perceive is already died.
It's all. Why it dies? Because it changes all the time.
Yes, it's only a question of time.
It's only a question of time. So it's only a question of time, it's only a question of space. It means the mind has created time and space in delusion. And we are living, we are claiming, oh, I am the body and the mind.
Mritarima amritam kha.
Yes. Mrityoramam mridangamaya. Moving from. So master is not saying that, don't think that false means does not exist. We are simply saying whosoever, whatever is changing cannot be me. Body is changing, mind is changing, intellect is changing, thoughts are changing, energy is changing. We have a testimony. We have a very valid experience. We ignore it, we reject it. We were 5 years old body. That 5-year-old body died. 10-year-old body died. 15-year-old body died. Adult body died for me. And now the old body exists. Oh, all the bodies died and I continued to maintain I-ness? What is that I? Is that I different from the 5-year-old? Yes, that is why I am still alive. 10-year-old, 40 years old, 50 years, 60 years, now 66. So that I did not change throughout the changes in the body. We don't want to accept it. So our masters points out, pay attention, see. So when you pay attention and see, then what happens? Oh, one day this body with this format will not exist. Or it means the I will continue. Answer is yes. So that I-ness has nothing to do with the body. Answer is yes. What is that I-ness? That is your real self. But then why I have a fear? Because I feel I am the body. If you are the body, then you should cry. Every day you wake up in the morning. One day you cry because of your 5-year-old body died. Then second day you cry because of 10-year-old body died. Third day you cry because 20 years old body died. So continue crying. Then Master says, will the crying help you? It is the law of the nature. You cannot stop it. You are Elon Musk, you are going to be old. You are Trump or anyone, you are going to be old. You are young, you are constantly, you cannot arrest it. You can delay, you can postpone it. But you cannot stop this aging process. What is aging process? It's a change. The law of the nature is change. It is subject, and whatever is changing cannot be permanent, cannot be eternal. And if it is not permanent and eternal, then it cannot be me. Why? Because I am eternal and all pervading. We are just doing the highest session and then we will come down. So you see that we did being comfortable, place, position, and posture, and then being carefree. So in being carefree, I said separate observer and observed. So we have to settle this mind in the observer and observed. That is one purity of the mind. Now, in other way, that is the purity of the mind. One way is to approach binding desire. It leads to repeat desire, or desire is not fulfilled. Then it causes the delusion. It causes the pride. Then it causes the jealousy. The six enemies. One approach is this. And second approach, that you are a higher seeker, intense seeking. Now let me see what I experience. Body, yes, I'm not the body. I experience anxiety. This is a thought of anxiety, I'm not. Thought is also perceived, experience, so it is, I'm not the thought. What is going to happen? Your mind is already absorbed deeper within. It is not interested in any perceived object. Patanjali says that is the emptiness of the mind. So emptiness of the mind is not because I have to throw out everyone to check my house is empty or not. It has to be done within you, from separation from the perceiver and perceived. Why I gave an example of the house of the mind. You can be with 100 people. You have 100 of the thoughts passing on. You need these thoughts. Why? To exist, to survive. But you have a subtle perception. What is that subtle perception of emptiness? What is that emptiness? You are an observer. The rest is observed. That is why we say suppression is not meditation. Throwing the thought, controlling the thought has nothing to do with meditation. You control them, sooner or later you will have hallucinative experiences, because these thoughts, you have already identified that I am these thoughts and you are controlling them. Because I am these thoughts deeper inside. Outside in meditation you say I am none of these thoughts. They have a struggle, it conflicts. It says, okay, let me have the image. No, I'm not thinking. Mind says, I'm not thinking. Let me have an image. And then you start enjoying image and you don't progress. You remain as it is. Ramakrishna said the same thing. J. Krishnamurti is saying the same thing. Ashtavakra is saying the same thing. We discuss couple of verses from the Ashtavakra also. Yadi deham prathakratya chidi vishramya tisthasi adunaiva sukhi shantah bandhamukto bhavishyasi. Ashtavakra says, for the highest seeker, yadi deham prathakratya. That is what I am saying, separate observer and observed. Ashtavakra says, if you separate your body from you, yadi deham prathakratya. Now again doubt comes, you separate. How can you separate your body from you? No, this is the language we are saying. It is already separate. You are separate from the body. Why? Because you are not the body. But how come you are not the body? Because body is subject to change and body is perceived. In that reference, you separate. What is that separation? Declare I am the observer, I am not the observed. What is the observed body? That separation we need. And people think that, oh, I have to separate body from myself. I'll be sitting outside from on the in the sky, and the body lies there. And then they created hallucinations. I enter into the body, I come out of the body.
For me, more difficult to observe the thoughts, not to be involved.
Yes, yes, yes. And all the thought exists because the body exists.
Yeah, all thoughts also connected to outside objects.
And body because the sense organs. And you rightly said, sense organs because it is related to outside object. So that is why we have to start all the time, place, position, posture, being comfortable, being carefree. And then you have to check, do you have lot of thoughts which you are not able to separate yourself? These thoughts are repetitive in nature. The doctor, doctor student, every time he writes his experiences, he said, I went very deep and I experienced the vastness and the infinite space in meditation you gave me. But again, the thought jumps to the cute and beautiful girl. Obviously, he is young, so. And every time for the last 5 weeks, he has been writing it. Is the thought cute and beautiful running after you, or you are running after? That is, I'm not able to understand. That is why I write every time. No inert, no matter, nothing that changes or whatever is perceived cannot run after me. I am running after them. That is another approach masters are talking about. Oh, that is another approach. I am not. No, if I have a thought of attachment, it means I am running after them. Answer is yes. Because of impulsive nature, I don't say that I'm impulsive and I'm habitual and it is an automatic response, but fact is that I'm running after those thoughts. I did not say to the doctor that you are running after. It is not the cute and beautiful girl. One master gives such a beautiful metaphor. One young guy with a leash in his hand, and the leash is tied to the cow moving into the street of a village. He was so happy that I own this cow. He was very proud, with big ego. A monk was passing by. Do you really own the car? Do you really own the cow? Yes, I own the cow. I told you this story, I'm repeating it. So pay attention. So I'm owning the cow. Yes, this is my cow. So the monk snatched the leash from the young guy and left the cow. The cow started running and the boy started chasing the cow. And the monk asked, who is chasing home? Are you chasing the cow or cow is chasing you? If you own the cow, no worries. The cow will chase you. But you are not. So we have a great delusion in our life. The house will chase me. No. We know it. The honey will chase me. No. Honey has her or his own interest. No, honey. Honey, when we use the word honey, it is the body and the sense organs and the relationship. Relationship with the body, because if the body does not exist, you don't have any relationship. So can I separate? Go back to the Ashtavakra. Yadi deham prathakratya. Yadi deham prathakratya. If you separate. So it is not a physical separation. It is intellectual separation, being carefree. You see observer and observed. You see the seer and the seen. But you are very alert and attentive that the mind is not acting as a seer and seen. Otherwise, you will fall back into the delusion. The sense organ is not acting as a seer and the seen because they change their role. And it will cause us the delusion. You have to go behind that. So, yadi deham prathakratya. Then Master says so beautiful. That is what we did yesterday. Master says, that is how I convert the verse into a practice. For easy assimilation, understanding and recognition and realization. Yadi deham prathakratya. The first part is over. You should separate body from you. Second part is Chiti Vishramyatisthasi. Chiti is the mind. Vishram means the restfulness. Tisthasi means sitting. Then what happens? The mind is sitting in the restfulness. What it means? Mind is sitting in the state of restfulness. Now the mind has become a transparent mirror. There you can see the perceiver easily, the real perceiver. The moment the mind has any object, then it says, I am the perceiver. Here comes one more important point. You have to listen to it. I'm talking of the highest level, but then we will come down. It's a very interesting. I added lot of principles, but that is how it works. That is what is satsang and shravan. What I said, come back. I said, moment the mind claims that I am the perceiver, then it has an object. So we go indirectly to the mind. We say, okay, let us have no object, objectless state. It means the mind no longer will become the perceiver. You see, we are not talking of suppression. We are not talking of fighting the mind. We are talking of understanding, knowledge. You understand, contemplate, reflect. What a beautiful approach. Patanjali says, and majority of the people say, oh, Patanjali says control the mind. No. No control. No suppression. Because we know the thought is already separate. Thought is not tied. Why it is clinging? Because of attachment. Why attachment? Because I am searching happiness outside. You link all these simple, subtle principles one after the other during contemplation and reflection, and you will say, oh, then I am free. Yes, you are always free. You are experiencing the freedom now, but you are always free. What a beautiful.
So it means carefree.
It means, that is how I translate and explain the meaning of carefree. Yes, depending based on the principles of principles taught by these great masters. Chidi Vishramya Tishtasi 2 First line, we have two principles. Separate, it means I become aware of the observer and observe. Normally, people don't become aware of the observer and observe. Their observed is observer.
Usually, one pattern of thinking catch me and I follow it, then second pattern of thinking catch me and I follow it.
That is why we say we have to become a seeker so that we can easily follow these experiences easily. So the Ashtavakra doesn't stop there. He says, Yadi deham prathak separation, not a physical, it is an intellectual and a mental separation. Or you can say it is a separation by awareness. How I'm separate from you? Because of awareness. So same way, the second line he says, Chiti Vishramya Tishtasi. The mind is resting in restfulness means now it is objectless. Okay, it is objectless. So that is what Patanjali says. Patanjali doesn't say fight with the mind, struggle with the mind, suppress it, control it, and then come to me. No. Drishta, Drishyus. I forget that sutra from Patanjali. Which says the false association of observer and observed is the cause of all the suffering. In the very first chapter, you should not go to start practicing 100 asanas which you claim that you are into the advanced phase of yoga. Patanjali says you practice meditative posture, place, position, posture, being comfortable, and then reach to being careful. That is why Patanjali did not explain all those great postures. Yeah, they are a part of the. It means you are at a primary level, and it will take maybe a couple of births before you really become a seeker. But we claim I am a seeker. Why? I have done the certification of one level with 20 postures, second certification with 50 postures, third certification with 100 postures. Posture. Compare it. Posture is like you are in a grade first. So in grade first, you have read one book, now you have read second book and still you are in the first grade. You have read 20 books, still you are not in the first grade, you have not progressed. But I think that I have progressed. Anyhow, so the second line of the master, Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanta. What a beautiful way. I cannot think of his genius, level of his awareness. So, first two things are done. The moment it is done, the master says, Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanta. Adhunaiv means here and now. Sukhi means happiness. Shanta means peace. Master says peace and happiness here and now. You don't see, you don't realize, you don't experience, you're not a seeker. So first go back, become a seeker, come back. You have to follow the same. Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanta. Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanta. Adhunaiv, here and now. Sukhi, happiness. Shanta means peace. And the last phrase, Bandha Mukto Bhavishyasi. You are free from the bondage. So we have to connect these two phrases. First, you are peace and do you experience peace and happiness here and now by understanding? Yes, I experience. So I have to link it with the second, Bandha Mukto Bhavishyasi, continue doing it, continue contemplation and reflection. Your mind will become pure, and once your mind becomes pure, it will reflect, it will awaken to you, and that awakening leads to freedom from the bondage, freedom from the suffering. Only one verse. One verse of the first chapter does it all. The rest are simply explanations. I am the real self of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. I have been saying it, and one way to say, I am the absolute consciousness, existence, and bliss. Another way of saying it, I am all pervading eternal. Eternal means beyond the time. All pervading means in all the locations. And the truth. I'm not the false, I'm the truth. What is truth? It is never changing, it is always present, all the time, in all the location. So they all are connected, the truth, all pervasiveness, and eternity. It is that extraordinary, in that extraordinary awareness, where I see perceived and perceiver are separate. I see the mind has no object. It means if there is an object, it means you perceive. So the mind will take the role of a perceiver. We say, okay, throw it up. No object. So it means objectless state. Objectless state means the transparent mirror. And in that transparent mirror, the real self reflects. Now go back to the mirror. I see myself into the mirror, but I'm seeing myself. Dog cannot do it. Birds cannot do it. I'm seeing myself into the mirror. That mirror reflection is all Prakriti. I'm here. What is that state? That state is awakening. Why? Because I see, I experience, I realize. Why you stress on experience, perception, and realize? Our all philosophy is not called the philosophy. We say it is darshan. Darshan means perception. Perception means experience. Experience means realize. That is why all masters have perceived the same real self in the similar manner. But we use the reasoning. We use the cause and effect relationship, but we rely on experience. Western philosophy relied too much on philosophy, love of logic, love of reason. So you have 200 philosophers, they have a different model of being a human being. We have only one model. Because we realize, we experience. You have a dry philosophy, you have a lot of objections. Today you create one model based on your ego, based on your level of logic, and you go to another logic, you go to the third logic, so you cannot realize the real self. You have a different model. Freud has one model, Adler has one model, Jung has another model, Robert Essagelli has another model. That is the beauty, that is